These times. Oh. Well, I meant to touch on AI. Yeah, Hannah Fitzgerald has something to do with these devices being made. I tell you, if I could get you in front of me, could you please? And any other female connected to shit like this that has a problem with me representing men. Do you know how many of you females blame me and tell and talk about me because of one, I represent men myself. But you attack me. You don't feel like this. So you think because you never came face to face with me, which makes you a coward, that there's no connection of repercussion there. It's not going to come from me, but I would love it to. Yeah, please don't fucking underestimate me. I don't know what I'm made of, but I can break your jaw with my palm. Yeah, please don't do that. Because if I say that I want you in front of my face and I want to knock you out, the universe will make it happen. I'm just going to put that out there. Yeah, effortlessly too. Please. Who else is doing this? Katie? Curie? Katie somebody. And then, oh, I knew it. Digging through AI. Okay, what are we digging here? What are we digging for? All of this digging that you're doing, it was different when you had different types of machinery back then, yeah? Sometimes they went kaput, and maybe that was the universe's way of saying the earth needs to settle after doing all this fucking digging. Yeah, this is going to be a vulgar one. I may not monetize it, I'm not sure. But sometimes we stop the things that we're supposed to keep doing, and we keep doing the things we're supposed to stop. This overdrive with some of you aren't even competing or going against another person. It's a thing saying it's time to take a break for something, or it's time to just quit. A lot of you men had dads who called you a quitter and a loser and shit as a grandfathers, men that you looked up to. This has a lot to do with that, how you're, this whole situation, whatever this is that you're in. Now you have these things generated by AI technology. They don't ever quit, do they? So that's constant digging, constant building into just, do you understand what all of the factors here? Besides anything that has to do with me or anyone who has some type of weird mind thing where, it's multiple things. It's easier when you know what it is and why it's happening. It's easier to move through it. Please stop digging all day and all night, different places. AI technology, we always think of, a lot of us just think AI, we think of the internet. I mean, are they a real person? I was watching the news the other day. I was in complete disbelief. Not at the fact that most of them look like it's either graphics, pixelated, or that they are robotic. It's not the fact that it's just how obvious they look. Or you motherfuckers look foul in person, and those filters are 1,000 times stronger than they usually were. It's fake. Your skin looks fake. And I know that you don't look like that. The problem here is that when, especially little girls see this and they grow up, they buy and I know this is the point, motherfucker. I know that you know that that's the point. But I'm speaking to little girls. I'm not speaking to you. They will see this and see, they know that a lot of women follow me somehow, even if it's against my wishes. But, and they know that I'm going to get through to a lot of them. You'll spend all of your paycheck on Botox. Do you see what they want? They want you to strive to look like that. You don't know what they're putting in these products. It's just because they say it on the label. Just stay with me here. You can put a label on something that you make at home, and sell it to somebody and say, yeah, this is homemade, da 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 da. There could be poison in there, but the label says that there's not. This is programming. What's that movie with that They Live? It's a movie from the 80s. Watch it and see the message in it. Yeah, I think it's free on YouTube. It's about what you don't see with a certain type of eyewear. How they just want you to be, you're slaves already. You do the same thing. You're mechanical slaves. I get up, I get my coffee, I go to work, I make the money so that my wife and kids can be in the house all day, or my husband and kids can be in the house all day while I'm out. I put them through college, and then they take care of their families. That's not an investment. I'm not getting anything back from that. Yeah, I spend time with my grandkids, but I mean, let's just be honest. You feel like I'm a slave not only to a systematic entity, but I'm a slave to my family now. And then at some point in the movie, even being was 40, I'm horrible with math. I just don't care. The robotics where the skin came off and they were metal underneath. Now I told you they put messages in these movies, even if they're unintentional. Even if at the time it's not a message for the right side, but then 40 or 50 years later, it is. Some of us, because I was looking up and I posted on my community board about bone composition having metal in it, copper, zinc, and some other thing, I forget. But your bones have metal in it. Teeth do not, unless that's wrong too. But it feels to me that there could be some metals in some of us that just make us stronger, which becomes an enemy of yours when you go against the system, right? Some people could have known that there was some type of metallic substance or some type of metal-like thing showing up in some of your tests. When you're special and you're gifted, you become a target from birth with certain people. And now they found a way to tap into you telepathically and to follow you without you knowing it, so that your ideas they can take. When you talk about them, write them down. Now it's I'm thinking about them. It's just too much. It's too, I don't know if any fucking cards are going to, I don't need to flip cards out on this one. It's just, it's over. Anything that's overkill will never work out. This is somebody's grandfather's biggest spiritual law. When it's overkill, you're going against yourself now. You can see that whatever this is, that everybody, this is for the people in the governments, you can see that whatever this is, it's not working. But you continue to do it anyway. Most of you aren't raised this way. There are people who are swimming in filthy water because their lands are on fire in Indonesia. Please, somebody get in your fucking jets and your planes and take something somewhere. For those of you who know you can get this in bulk, and you have the money and the power to do something, this will be a way that you can get. Some people think you have to only do something for something in particular to get out of something. You'll meet the right people there. You're not thinking of the steps that will be taken. How do I get out of this thing possibly this fucking girl's talking about? Because it seems like it could be true, right? I didn't have nothing to do with attacking her, but I know I did some shit. Please help these countries in some way. You're resourceful people. You know who you can trust and who you cannot. You'll meet someone there that possibly has some type of property that will be safer. You know what I mean? It's interaction. Thank you in advance to the people who are... because the long-term effects of being in water like that for days, and I mean, come on. I need you to please put yourself in their position for a day. Nobody would be able to handle a half a day. If you went over from wherever you are and went over to one of these countries where their house, no hot water, no running water, no clean water, no food, I mean, there are people in countries who turned into cannibals because of shit like this. We don't see it. Of course we don't see it, but we don't want to see it, right? Let's just be honest. It's easier to say, it's easier for me to live this kind of life because I choose not to partake. It sounds better that way, not all around, but better for you to feel emotion if you use the word partake instead of saying, I choose not to, constantly look at that shit when you don't look at it at all. Because now what you're doing is you're justifying it in some way. So you're subconsciously telling yourself that, yeah, I'm good. And then usually, human, we will now pick that out in someone else. This creates illness. I don't know what to say about China. I don't know what to say about China. If there could be a thing where every life could be peacefully taken, if something doesn't start regenerating without having to buy it, there needs to be movement and change that's not bought. You know what I'm saying? Or every area on this planet, except for a select few, will look exactly like these other countries, and it will be in less than a year. Guaranteed less than a year. It's the only way. It's the only way. The only way I something I see clearly and always have is that in order for somebody to feel genuine, well, it's not compassion, but to feel something, to get them to do something productive, possibly that they may not get something out of from that particular situation. They have to feel it themselves. They have to experience it themselves. It's crazy world that we're living in, because it was not always, since the 60s it started happening. The 60s was like the last era where people just offered assistance and didn't think, well, I mean, I know that their insides are hanging out, that they're not on my property. They're, you have that one crack in the sidewalk and this is yours, and then one neighbor is like that, but the other one's not. But I mean, if I save his life and I call 911, what am I mean, do I reap reward for this? That's what we're only doing things for that now. Everything is, even that is consumerism, yeah? Uh, 22479. Yeah, there's a possibility that there are pods there with something in them, and even press and stuff. Okay. It feels like somebody took some of their trust money and set themselves up because they get shown things. Are you hearing me? They get shown things and they warn about things because they're all knowing. So they set up that you hearing me? I know it's me. They set up that, that I know that it's me. They set up that property to protect themselves and others, and some of those others are people in the government. And I know that some of you were being blackmailed, okay? I know that some of you know who I am. Leave and help me get there. I have not changed as a woman since the last time I saw many of you, or that you interacted with me at all. Cracks in the foundation. I'm not going to say that this shit wasn't built, because I do believe that ancestors had good intentions, or wouldn't have gotten this far. Once AI took off like this, that's it. And people warned you about this. It's destroying your world. It's live by the sword, die by the sword. Why do we put this in one area of life, but then so stubbornly, not here though, and we say these things to people about their lives. We don't judge ourselves. Everybody needs to judge themselves now. All right, forget this fucking God of yours. He ain't showing up. Forget this this martyr savior, we'll say. forget that something's just going to click and snap their fingers and everything's just going to be the way it's going to be, like Atlantis here. I can't stand emotionally and spiritually lazy people, and that's what it feels like to me. The hanged man. In some areas, many areas, it will be, that's what they were trying to. Were they trying to, why am I thinking of Gilead? Were they going to try and force that too? I just, really? Is that what was a plan for me? It feels a lot like forced prostitution. The hatred for women could have went that far. With certain women where you couldn't attain them, they were too spiritually heavily, we'll just say protected, because it's different things for different people. Some of you women, you have nobody in your life and you have no idea what these other beings were doing for you. People got in car accidents, decapitated for somebody. They were going to do that to you, and somehow they wound up in a situation where, down to muscle, your muscle's too strong that's around you. But it does feel like the Handmaid's. They want to put. I wouldn't have thought it if it wasn't going to be a thing, or they're not doing this somewhere, man. I don't understand it. I'm thinking about that show, and I don't understand it. It's the husband, the wife, barren, right? Supposedly, these are also doctors' diagnoses. It's weird. They can make you that way if they stick the right shot up you. 6 years ago. Yep. So the husband sleeps with the handmaid, impregnates her. She has the baby naturally. So they don't want the baby. There are no epidurals because it has to be natural. But there's nothing natural about this entire situation. If the woman can't get pregnant, there's a reason for that. Either she destroyed her womb, or if she didn't get to that point yet and she was unable to conceive, it's because she has a greater plan in life. It's not because she's a fucking waste of a woman. She's a businesswoman, or she's a leader, and a kid would hold her back. That's the only thing. This is coming from me, and if I say it, it is. It doesn't mean that you're punished, all right? Some of you it could. I mean, some of you it could. You could have done some shit in a past life, but I don't want to get into that. You are not the type of woman that you don't know it yet. You're surrounded by women who've done this. Look at their faces. If it's not a fake smile, there's none. They're not happy. You know how many of those women wish they didn't have kids and grandkids? Do you know how many of those women wish that they never met these husbands that are never home and they're always away, or they're out with their boys and da-da-da-da-da? And you're going to have the freedom to go anywhere that you feel like it. You know, it's... Well, you don't have people saying these things. Justice. Well, there are people... Thank you for that. Thank you. I did. I guess I was summoning you with that we need to... Is this Cuba? To the overhangs. Thank you. To send a message. That certain types of people will say... They didn't go anywhere. Yeah, they did not. So, back in the saddle is correct. Yep. I have a whole new outlook on marriage. Everybody that I like is online, and I don't trust what I see online. I don't like many people I see in person. Changed my whole outlook on relationships kind of by force. Yeah, so I'm just single and disappointed, you know. I don't want to lie and be that person that acts like my life is great and I'm content being by myself, right? I mean, I'm not going to just hold on to somebody so that I can age ungracefully with them and wind up being a mother. This would be bringing balance into their dark life, right? Because I'm a committed woman. So now what do? This is for women who you don't really have a lot of things. There are women that they can just up and leave. I could lock the house up for a year and just go away for a year. Why don't I ever think of that? It's always a week, maybe 2 weeks, or nothing. I mean, what would happen here? This is a fortress. So there'll be a little dust. I mean, no maids, no nothing. Shut down. I want to see if there's a difference in just things. I don't even know what those things are yet. I need to do something different. I need to do and change course somehow. It's too stagnant. I'm too stuck, and I feel like I'm going to have either a panic attack, or I'm going to take it out on the wrong person, or wind up in prison for somebody. The canyon. And this is passing notes and the tall man. I would not let a certain person that you believe you can trust with your life know where you are going and when you're leaving, and if you can even manipulate that, because it's a tall shadow man, and I feel like you trust this guy because his darkness is kind of, it accentuates the sexy side of him. I believe we're going to get into something else that accentuates him. Let's see what else this guy. Which ones do I want? Yep. Oh my God. I finally found a guy. And this doesn't feel like I would if it did, right? Attitude. You pay attention to their attitude when you can tell when they're low on money or they just cannot for some reason. The mood changes. This is a mood shapeshifter. Some people shapeshift physically. And moods. The face starts changing. Okay. Oh, they like building you up. The fuck is this? What is that? And why is this so dim? Oh, this is dying. Oh, wait. Got it. There's a difference between... Oh, man, they're swapping them out. Did you notice that he looks different or he acts so different? Yeah, I went through this too. 6 times. I'll tell you what, though, for all the men that were involved, I mean, besides the fact of me finding out some things and then I couldn't talk to you anymore, it was interesting. I don't really care whether people... These are for the people involved. I don't care that you think that it's dangerous for me to talk about this. I think I fully understand who I am in every realm. And it's a whole other level of, this is me, I know who I am, don't embarrass yourself. Too many people know things. And you should fear me. And I know that many of you do. We have the attitude. Oh God, he's like the attitude artist. He's gifted at attitude. Okay, so that's an attractive trait, usually. Until it becomes that girl type of, that feminine type of attitude coming from a man. Having to get the last word, mocking, backhanded compliments on your outfit, all that shit that just makes your girl boner go down. Feels like that. I don't want to see it, you're right. And it would be the first thing that I would point out to one of my girlfriends. There's so much shit in the air and just around that you don't even realize the smaller distractions that will lead to big destructions. There you go. The small distractions that lead to big destructions. Zechariah. Zach. FM or MF. Montfriar. AN. Were you going to try and cure the people that you made sick through shots and boosters and stuff with AIDS and all kinds of diseases? It feels like they made some people sick through some forced medical treatment. And, I have a whole following of people who can't wait to put this out there. I mean, out there, right? There could be some people with money starting their own internet, starting their own networks. It's too big to push through there. So somebody knows some people where they can just create their own internet that other people would know nothing about. And it's to put something together. Yeah, there's too much tracking. But it's a different kind of tracking. This isn't hackers and stuff like that. This is people who watch everything people are typing in, looking up. We want to make sure nobody's putting this story together. Nope, you're not getting nobody's name out of me, and I'm going to tell them to block the shit out of that. Nope, it's genius. And you would nope. See, somebody's putting. Listen to me. I want people in these positions to understand when that happens, it could be an enemy of theirs pushing. People have done it to me, and people have come to attack me because somebody thought of me and put my face in something. I could have been sleeping, or it had nothing to do with me. There were people who put other people's names out there telepathically that knew that they can see me sitting here in your mind, right? So then what they'll do is, watch. Did you hear that, Emma James? That's not me. I mean, anybody can have a thought. You guys thought everything was me at some point. I can feel it, that you're blaming everything on me, and some of you took that shit so personally in the mind. My words, they're powerful and they're true. I need to have face-to-face conversation with someone to make a final assessment. I refuse to be that fucking idiot who just believes everything that I say, I see and hear with this thing. I cannot be connected to that shit anymore. Whatever that was or wasn't, I can't fucking stand it, and it makes me feel sick. And I'm officially done with that, for people who know what I'm talking about. But please stop. It's either virtual reality for some people, gaming. It's every reality but the one that your physical body is in. Some of you are in multiple dimensions, but these dimensions that you're in, you're not getting anything out of it. You're not getting any type of feeding to your soul out of any of them. The gaming doesn't feed your soul. This virtual reality doesn't feed yours. Not what the shit people are doing. They're making dolls of people and having kids go up to dolls with these wands and devices, and they're torturing people connected to them in some way through probes. Some of it's the neighbors that are feeling shit. You're foul. You're fucking foul. And those of you, right, and now they'll come and you'll die on the way here. You will lose, you hear me? You will lose your fucking life on your way. And that's final. But this is ridiculous. So now this is the new form, because I told people they were doing this, and now there's going to be one made of you because nobody's doing anything. The obviousness of it. The sickness spreads. And right now this sickness is, oh, you got that part? I didn't? Okay. I never expected this from you. But they're being influenced by something, all right? Something, whether it's these things, whether it's nanobots that people wanted to laugh at. Now, so let me get this straight for the people who like to mock people who make shit like that. It's true. And many of you, you've become robots. A different type, though. You think of metal. a lot of your decisions aren't even yours. You know what I mean? It's just, well, I have obsessive compulsive personality, but when I don't terminate those things, I excessively smoke. I get up. I mean, obsessive compulsive disorder is also a side effect from intensive heat, laser radiation frequency. Yeah. Well, it's your body fighting. So you keep getting up. It makes you antsy radiation like that. Especially trillions of tons at once, John. Yeah, at once. I need somebody to please get me out of here and take me there, please. Okay, you show up. You just Hillary has a I believe one version of you does credentials of mine where you could come here today and take me there. I'm trying to make it easier because I know that there are people who don't know what to say. It's under Natalie too. Yeah, can you guys please just get on this shit as if it were you? Stop. You see, maybe you guys need, for those of you who kind of like, I don't want to do this anymore. You're programmed subconsciously. You have to please listen to a subconscious mind flush on loop for a while and continue to do this. This is it's just now, it's a staple that you don't even realize you're having a hard time walking away. You know that it's horrible, and you know that it's filthy and foul, and that the waters are too infested. It would be like these people building houses now in the water that they're treading water in and saying, we're going to do it this way next time. We did it on land and this happened. So now let's do it on wet, moist, unstable land. It's this, please, can somebody make a strong Dr. Virtual about getting rid of pride and ego? Do you have one? I think you probably do. You handle everything, right? He takes care, covers every area. But thank you for what you do as well. I can tell that I'm different when I don't listen to those videos on a daily basis. My body hurts. My mind isn't right. So there are a lot of things in our world that affect our bodies and our minds in horrible ways, which affect now how we are towards the world, towards ourselves, and towards other people. And this determines the outcome of what kind of life you have. Regardless of whether you were born into some kind of karma or not. You could call it, okay, if you wanted to put it on a metaphorical sense, you could say that the sinning thing is karma. And some people are new souls. It's one of those things where you really just don't know, right? You have to learn how to feel your body and let your body tell you. Once you start using your body as a compass, as a kind of a telepathic spiritual compass for feeling, right? For direction, whether it's direction literally or whether to say yes or no. I cannot. It's hard for someone to say this. I've become such a people pleaser. I didn't realize how happy I was making everybody else but myself. I will stop what I'm personally doing for myself repeatedly. This isn't just once in a while. I consistently disappoint myself by making sure I don't disappoint you. Did I say this in 1989? Please come get me. I'm tired of doing this, please. I know who I am. And I know that too many people know who I am. Please, next. Lahafa, please do something for me. Please. I don't want to get into anything that I've done for anybody that's clear slate. I don't do that tit for tat shit. Yeah, tit for nat. I can't stand that. Respect. What happened to this? Do I only respect people who have money? This is another, whatever you want to call it. God, do I? Is there somebody who's filthy, not an addict? Not that they don't deserve respect, but I'm trying to go to the extreme opposite without soiling. I'm trying to prove right. is there a man or a woman who hasn't showered in 6 days and hasn't eaten in 3? Who demands, who, not demands, but if you're a certain person, you command and demand that shit. But that deserves more respect from me than my own uncle who has 50 million in the bank. You know what I mean? Something like that. I can't live like this anymore. This is a mass spiritual conviction from on many things. I refuse to respect you. It's earned, and you. This is how. Now, you're guilty until you prove otherwise, and I'm not going to treat you guilty. I'm just going to be very, very wary of your every move and every word you say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be that I heard these things, because I don't base that off of anything. I cannot do that. I don't like it done to me. Erica. But I'm guarded. That's it. Somebody lost a lot of respect from people. Oh, there are many people. Yeah, and this is the Matrix. This is the Mirage, the whole. But it's so many different things now. It's to the point where it's not just one thing. Years and years ago, it used to be, okay, well, people used to talk about the government and how both sides were on the same side, and it was like, okay. Nobody thought, well, it's not that they didn't. They probably lost their life. They probably thought about it and then talked about it. And it was, I see something bigger here, though. What would be the end goal here? These are the special. These are those that challenge simple thought. And they see things with a different set of eyes. They know that if they're doing this now, and we keep progressing as a society in certain areas where it seems to be the dominance that progresses, and the forced control, where does this put us 20, 30 years from now? I can't believe. You have to be a duplicate. I refuse to believe that this is you. And I want to go so far as to either have you scanned, because I just cannot believe it. I refuse to believe that you are a pedophile. And did I hear you calling somebody a... We see these people in movies and on stage, and it is an act. They're actors, they perform. And we idolize these people. Some of you talk about this God of yours, and you don't show this God of yours nearly as much attention and love as you do some of these people. You don't know what the fuck some of these people did to get there. I'm right? You don't know how many men are posing as women. I think it would make, if there was a number on it, 242 billion men altogether. Doesn't leave much of us for us women. I plan on using my own DNA and cloning myself. Because I can't stand it. I can't stand the lack of male strength that I feel every day. If it wasn't for me having it, I wouldn't think that it existed at all. CN2. That cannot be true. That cannot be true. Huh. What do they invest? What do they put there? So they want to they hire somebody. This is a person who comes and kicks you out. Are they legit? Don't tell me. Oh my God. They're taking, this is what they want to do now. They want to go to people that they want to live in your place. This is for people who rent, like apartments and stuff. And they want to, you know how somebody saw those videos about people getting kicked out and it was like nothing they could do? And so they're creating documentation and shit and kicking people out so that they don't have to go through the credit fucking process of getting in there. And then they're going to rent as you somehow. They're going to say that either you went away or they're putting a story together. Is anything done honestly anymore? I mean, besides coming from someone like me. Please don't think that honest means sweet. It's bravery where I'm concerned. What is... Some of you are supposed to take a fucking loss because of all the shit that you've done before this last... It's like every time you get a little air in the balloon, you take a fucking ice pick through it. This is why you keep doing the same shit. It's like, well, my uncle finally lent me $500. Let me go invest that in somebody who's fucking got lifetimes of karma and is hellbound. I know that sometimes we don't recognize it, but sometimes it's the only thing you recognize and you still do it. That's not the kind of darkness that you... I wish that I could explain. You would know by being around me what healthy darkness is. And it's more so just shape-shifting through life to get what you want. Healthy darkness is connected to the laws of power as far as I'm concerned. There's a lot of manipulation and shape-shifting involved. You could call it, yeah, it is performing, yeah. But when you have intentions that are for greater good, and please don't see that as weak, you are the greater good. It's so weird how we look at things when we're hurt or we're mad. What else? They're doing this to women. I want to embarrass you for a little bit. Most of the women aren't women. So if it's vagina that you're trying, like, what is it with fucking vaginas that some of you friggin' gay guys, whether you're out or not, you have such a problem with? You had no problem forcing yourselves in one. What is it the valuable women that you want to do this to? The fuck if I'm going to let that happen. You will die on your way. Some of you will die thinking of a plan to do this. Leave us fucking women alone. Go move in with your homie. Go live on the fucking street like some of you put some other people on the street by the fucked up shit that you did. Some of these guys want to get into relationships with cops. They want to try and I want to see if I can get that fake paperwork and that fake badge and become an officer myself. Just what the fuck we need. More fucking waste of space, pieces of shit who hate women. What, so you can arrest the rest of them? The fuck if I'm going to let that happen. You will die in the process. When I say it, it is. Wait till you see all the deaths. The death toll is going to quadruple just within the next couple of months. A few weeks to months. My back's against the wall. I said this to you before telepathically. We had a fucking rule, and I never let you down, and you found out some shit. All I'm asking is for those of you who know that I rescued you, and you're please. Oh, it's so simple. Some of you know, some people, just please get me there. And then you're going to want to be there too. Some of you think your houses are, all right. Some of you believe that your homes were built to withstand this and your enemy was involved. Okay. I am the only thing that can save you. But you have to get me there first. You know what I mean? I can only do so much from here. Thank you.